Hello, my name is Navigator. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Jazwares Vault exclusive AEW Swerve the Realist action figure. And the other, nickname I could give to this is the Black Panther gear Swerve. So, Black Panther gear, I think it was AEW Dynasty when he won the World Champion, maybe a little bit after he won the World Championship, but he came out in this really awesome Black Panther inspired gear, and Jazwares has now released a figure of that. Well, quite a while ago. I think this actually might have been an exclusive to a Comic-Con or something. But I had a collector friend actually grab this, and one thing that I'll be missing from this review is the robe that he comes with. Apparently, that robe was actually Jimmy Raves, who then gave it to Prince Nana, who then gave it to Swerve Strickland. I don't know the whole history on it, so don't quote me on that. But we're going to be taking a look at this figure today. So, really quickly here, the exterior of the box, and I will be keeping this box. I just love how this looks. You got Swerve the Realist, along with those kind of claw marks there. And then the interior box is kind of the same, but of course this houses the figure. On the back there's an awesome action shot of him there with the title belt. And yeah, I think this is from when he beat him because the Samoa Joe side plates are still on there. So yes, this is from when he won the World Championship at Dynasty 2024. I watched that whole thing. One of my favorite pay-per-views of all time. One of my favorite moments in wrestling history is when Swerve won the World Championship. I was so behind him. I still am today. Swerve is easily my favorite, if not my top 3 favorite wrestlers that are currently wrestling. I'm a huge Swerve Strickland fan, but with that being said, let's get into it. This is my custom current Swerve Strickland where he kind of has the leather jacket. He's really beefy, but we're going to kind of combine that with this figure sometime down the line. But hold on a second. I got a sneeze coming. Come on, happen. Beautiful. There we go. All right. Getting over a cold there, folks. I'm sorry. But to start off with here, we do have some extra hands. So we have a pair of fisted hands here, and you can see they have the tattoo work on there. See if we can get a good focus on it. Maybe not, but it's like a skull there on his hand. Looks very nice, though. Always great when figures come with fisted hands. And the other hands that he comes with, these are awesome. These are going to be the Black Panther kind of claw hands. And that is insane. These are almost 1-to-1 from like any Marvel Legends Black Panther claws you could get. I love it. So nice detail on there. You can see the skin tone coming in. They're like fingerless gloves almost with these really cool like gold claws on the end. Love how that looks, and you can see them actually in the thumbnail. We also have this kind of like Black Panther / like luchador mask. It is black and gold, as you can see. Maybe not if you can see. There we go. And there's a little bit of like almost like Spider-Man-esque little eye holes on there with the little bit of his his dreads kind of, not tail of his dreads kind of poking out there. So we do have that. And then finally here we have the figure. What I decided to do is just keep the little shirt on. The body mold is going to be exactly the same as the typical body mold. So if you guys don't know what that looks like, you can see it there. But we do have that, and this is just awesome. So starting off with the gear, he does have these really cool like sneakers on almost, like these Jordans or something like that. See if we can get him to focus, because there's some nice patterns on there. Let's see. Having a lot of trouble with my camera today, folks. I apologize. What is going on there? All right, well, from a distance, you can see there's some nice little like white motifs on there. Come on, focus. Come on. Why are you being a pain today? I really want you to focus on this. Oh, man, come on. All right, well, predominantly black shoes. You get a little bit of that kind of white like stripe thing in there. There we go. Awesome. All right, beautiful with those little red X's because the detail in there is insane. On the bottom is green, which is a really nice detail. You never see figures with different color soles. That is insane. Moving on the pants here, you have the little kill shot logo on the right knee pad. Knee pads are going to be predominantly black and gold, with a little bit more gold on the pants there. On the side of his left thigh here, you do have a little like swerve with the AEW championship belt there. It's kind of funny. That's why I was like wondering if he got this. I guess he wore this gear out, and yeah, wrestlers know if they're going to win or not, but it would have been kind of funny if he had worn this gear out with this on the side and he lost. That would have been kind of funny. But on the other side here, a little bit of like a mogul swerve logo there, which looks really good. No coloration on the belt, unlike this one. So what I think I might do is actually swap out the legs here on these figures. But like I said, that torso there, a little bit of plastic in there to make sure the shirt doesn't stain. And this really cool Black Panther inspired shirt. It doesn't have a seam though, so it might be a little tricky getting it off. That's why I didn't really want to pull it off or put it back on. It might take some time, but I love that little Swerve logo there on the back. Looks great. And then finally here, we do have the head sculpt for once, kind of just a normal looking, normal face Swerve. The other ones we have are him with like, yelling or his mouth open or kind of like the little growl. But this is nice just to have a normal looking head sculpt for Swerve with the new hair, which looks great. I love that hair. Looks absolutely phenomenal. And guys, I cannot recommend this figure enough. Definitely the definitive Swerve action figure. I think I said that when I got this guy, but for real, this is the definitive Swerve figure. So folks, I will leave it there. Once again, a review of the AEW Jazwares Vault exclusive Swerve the Realist or Swerve Black Panther gear action figure. As always, folks, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.